Hello, everybody. It is July the 26th of this horrible year of 2020. How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing okay. I'm doing great with my whole head of hair. Who am I? I am Doug Lackey, veteran columnist of Wrestleview.com and co-host of Wrestleview Live alongside the effervescent editor-in-chief of Wrestleview.com, Mike Tedesco, where we cover all of the major WWE pay-per-views immediately following them right here on the Wrestleview YouTube channel. This is Wrestleview Weekly, where we do the recapping of some wrestling TV shows, get you caught up on the news for the week. The notorious WWE milk carton, which is, wow, there's a lot of stuff that's happening with the WWE milk carton. And also, now that the horror show at Extreme Rules has come and gone, thank God, I thought it would be interesting to talk a little bit about what hardcore wrestling is, or what we define it as, because that's, again, what Extreme Rules pay-per-view is all about, is, you know, Extreme Rules matches, where it's basically no DQ, no count-out, anything goes, blah, 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 blah. And so I thought it would be fascinating to... I would like to kind of reminisce about my introduction into hardcore wrestling, is the term they would use it, or as I would just call it, bloodletting, you know? So I figure we're going to watch some wrestling matches. I guess they're wrestling matches. Not really. I mean, all they really are just bloodletting. But we're going to watch some matches that introduced me into hardcore wrestling, death matches, specifically Japanese death matches, specifically FMW, because that's what introduced me into the whole bloodletting stuff. So, yeah, thought we'd reminisce about that. So, yeah, this should be kind of fun. This is going to be kind of fun. So, yeah, before we do that, got to get into the pleasantries of sorts. If you're in the chat room now, you say wee. If you're not in the chat room, there's not a damn thing I can do about that. Who is in the chat room right now? I see Andrew. Who else is in there? Come on, I know you're in there. I see CJ. Yo, everyone else. Yes, I see Mediocre Lewis. Wee. I see Gills. Who else? I think I saw Jamel. There's Mashoon. Who else is in there? Come on, let me know. There's Mexican guy, Chad Cooper. Wee. Who else is in there? Come on. I think I saw some new names in there too. Did I see John? I thought I saw a John in there. Where's the Jonathan? Sandro is Mex guy. That's right. Hello, Sandro. One of our intrepid reporters on the Wrestleview Media Facebook page. Got to give him major shout outs with the stuff that he finds. Everyone else, who else is in there? You'll let me know. I'm sure you will. Okay. So yeah, we're going to dip into some FMW hardcore wrestling stuff. If you guys, some Terry Funk, of course, but going to introduce the matches that I've got lined up. We're going to be watching, who I believe is the godfather of Japanese death matches, Atsushi Onita, versus Mr. Pogo. We're going to watch that. Also, Terry Funk versus Mr. Pogo, where Mr. Pogo broke his neck in match, and we're going to talk about that. This would end up being one of, I think, his final matches in his career. And then we're going to end it all with a tag team Japanese death match of the team of Atsushi Onita and Masato Tanaka. Actually, no, take that back. No, I'm sorry. I've got it wrong. Masato Tanaka and Hayabusa. Hayabusa versus Mr. Pogo and Terry Funk. So we're going to end it with a bang. That's probably one of my most favorite Japanese death matches, is that tag team death match. So, yes, that's what we're going to do. Also, what is our sources? What are our sources today? Well, as many of you know, professional wrestling news sites always cite sources for stuff that was supposed to happen or should have happened, and our sources say, and our sources confirm. Well, their sources are watered down. Us at Wrestleview, We double and triple check our sources to make sure that we give you the best news possible. And on this show, my sources are the best. And we are dipping into our sources today, dipping into our second bottle of Castile Rouge from Castile Brewery out of Belgium. And what this is a this is a Bock. This is a Bock beer, and a Bock beer is kind of a brown ale, is what it is. This is their Bock infused with cherries. Infused with actually chocolatier cherries that are used for a lot of Belgian chocolates. So yeah, we're gonna dip into this guy. This is another one of my favorites. I want to say of imported beers, this is my favorite. Really got into this stuff when I went on a vacation way back when in Myrtle Beach and was drinking at a bar for a good 6 to 7 hours of this stuff, and everyone was like, what are you drinking? I am drinking some fabulous stuff, but you guys can go ahead and have your Bud Lights and your Bud Ice and your Miller High Life if you guys so wish, but I am having me some great beer. I would love to buy you one if you would like, and then to get into arguments with me about tastes in beers. So yeah, those were fun times, especially with the college kids, and I was in my mid-30s. So yeah, so this is what we're doing here. What the great thing about this beer is that it's a twist off, and it's with the cork. So we're going to be doing that. Yeah, I hope everyone's jacked up about this show, because I certainly am. I can't wait to talk about this and watch this. Okay, watch out with the cork. Don't want to... Oh, God, this is tight. Oh, boy, this is really tight. There we go. Oh, this is really, really tight. I hope I don't... Oh, boy. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. Look at that cork right there. It's like wine. It's like the closest thing that I hate wine. I can't stand wine. But this is the closest thing I will have wine. So here we go. See, look at the color on that. It's a good cherry color. What that is. And the thing about this beer too is that there's not much of a head on it. Okay, you see, it kind of fizzes a little bit, but there's not much of a head to it. There's not a whole lot of foam, and that's how that goes. So yeah, Castile Rouge. Oh, good. So sweet, not too tart. Perfect. And I needed this today for so. Speaking of, again, the horrid CJ asking $16 a bottle. Normally, yeah, it's about $15-16 a bottle, but over at my Ultimate Ales, the craft beer shop down the road from me, they had them on clearance for $9 a pop. But the horror show at Extreme Rules has come and gone, and with it come and gone, that means so there were 7 matches on the card. 2 of them went no contest. I don't know what the hell happened. And so we've got to go over what we how we did on those cards. Of course, Mashoon got to ask me. Everyone asked me about this. No, ABV on this guy is an 8.0, not a 4.5. It's an 8.0. So this is gonna be a good one. Horror show at Extreme Rules, 7 matches on the card. 2 of them went no contest. Of the 5 matches that did go, we went a mediocre, not mediocre, well, not as mediocre. We went way more mediocre than mediocre Lewis. We went 3-2. Of those 2 matches that we lost, they were both locked picks. What were those? Where's my sheet? There's my picks. Of those 2 matches that we lost, we locked Rey Mysterio to win the atrocious eye for an eye match. We should have known better. Okay, we should have known better than that. And also, we locked Braun Strowman to win the little swamp thingamadoodle that they had. So, yeah. We should have known better than that. Daniel's in the chat room. I forgot to acknowledge him. Whee! So... Mediocre Lewis, what's the most expensive bottle of alcohol that I've ever bought? I think the most expensive one that I've ever bought was a bottle of Platinum Johnny Walker. probably the most expensive bottle I've ever bought. So 2 lock picks were failed, and so that means we must take our punishment. Doug, what are you talking about? Well, every professional wrestling podcast makes predictions on their pay-per-views, and people always get picks wrong. And usually when they get them wrong, they just go, ho, ho, hum, or they don't even acknowledge them. Where me, I hold my feet to the fire. I acknowledge the horrible choices that I make in life, and I deserve consequences. And so, what do we do when a locked pick that I felt so confident in fails to come to fruition? We take a shot of the Luna Azul Blanco tequila. 2 failed picks, 2 shots. This seems to be, this seems to be tradition here on the Wrestleview Weekly. Have we ever had a good Extreme Rules pay-per-view, asks Andrew? I don't know. That's something I may need to look into. I'm not sure. Here we go. Uncorking the tequila is just not as sexy as uncorking the Castile Rouge. I'll tell you that. All right. All right, we're pouring it up. There's a double shot glass. My Cleveland Indians shot glass, who won this afternoon. They are now 2-1 for the season. I'm so glad baseball is back. So glad it's back. I'm so glad I can hear it on the radio. Yeah, I've been loving this weekend. So here we go. Oh God, don't overflow it. Oh God, this is so tough. Right, there we go. It is poured. And now comes the procrastination. I hate taking tequila straight up, but yesterday I had a lot of margaritas. I had like 2 or 3 margaritas yesterday because it's just warm weather and, and enjoying it. So that's the only way I can really enjoy tequila. I hate tequila straight up. Mashoon saying you're a White Sox fan. I'm sorry to hear that. But you've got a hella offense. White Sox they've got a very good offense this season. God, I hate this. I say it all the time. I'm becoming a broken record when it comes to this, but man, I hate this. I absolutely hate this. But this is one of the main reasons why you guys love watching. So, all right, here we go. You guys know the drill. Holding it up to the camera, and you guys know what I say when I take all of this stuff in. Clear my throat because I do not want this staying in. All right, here we go. Jamil knows it. Here's to me not knowing shit about professional wrestling. Ah! Oh, God. Fucking hate tequila, straight up. Makes me want to drink my chaser like Trump. Oh, God. Ugh. CJ, I wish I could send you some beer, bro. No, I appreciate it, CJ. No, I really wish, for the show, I would love for people to send me different beers for the show. I really would. I would love to taste different craft beers from around the nation, around the world. I really, really would. But I know that the shipping costs are hellacious on that. So yeah, I totally understand. But yeah, that's something I would love to do. I want to top off the from the Stein of Redemption. Top off the Stein of Redemption here. All right. Let's see if we can dip into this show. Lewis saying I should have a P.O. box. I might give you guys an address. I've got a lot of different addresses that I use work-wise and personal-wise. I might let you guys in on the P.O. box. Probably send me more tequila, Gil says. You're a horrible person. You're a horrible person. Also, I've been trying to find The Rock's tequila. We don't sell it here in North Carolina. So, all right. Jamel, I completely agree. Wanting to speed through the show reviews. Yeah, we're going to try to speed through them. NXT and SmackDown are on the chopping block for today. I am not going to review AEW for a while, even though last week Last Wednesday, Eddie Kingston made his AEW debut facing off against Cody. I highly recommend you check out his promo that he gave to introduce himself to AEW fans who may not know him. It's brand new to a lot of people's eyeballs. Eddie Kingston's promo on AEW last Wednesday was better and more succinct than any other promo I've heard from anyone in the WWE in the past 3 years. Okay, Eddie Kingston delivers a better promo than 98% of the WWE roster. He is fantastic. And I hope that when you check him out, check out the promo, his cadence, his tone, the beats, he had it down, okay? Constant eye contact with everyone in the ring, ad-libbing to his surroundings. He was fantastic, okay? How is he in the ring? He does no DQ matches and stuff like that, so he can play to his faults. But check out Eddie Kingston's promo from AEW last Wednesday. Believe me, the bar set on what you should expect from your professional wrestlers. So, all right. Take another sip of my sources. But again, we're going to fly through the shows and everything. Let's start off with the NXTs. Before dipping into the NXTs, on Monday Night Raw, Mustafa Ali in a 6-man tag. Who? Mustafa Ali in a 6-man tag. Mustafa Ali from last Monday. Off the milk carton. We hadn't seen him since last December. December of last year. Nearly 7 months since we had seen Mustafa Ali. So now he is off the milk carton. And now he is back to what he's always going to be, and that is doing absolutely nothing. So yeah, speaking of people getting off the milk carton, there were some people that got off the milk carton on the episode of NXT, I believe, but we're just going to fly on through it. The Keith Lee sits down in a room and says that he is relinquishing the North American title. And so William Regal says that there's going to be a series of triple threat matches to determine who will face off in a ladder match for the NXT North American title. And one of those matches happens in the show. Dexter Lumis versus Killian Dane and his receding hairline. I don't know, yeah, Dexter Lumis can kick up and he can do lots of neat things. I love his look and everything. This was kind of match, I guess is the best way to put it. Dexter Lumis, I don't know. It's starting to get a little tiresome. We haven't heard him talk ever, and that's fine. We're supposed to have his caricatures and no expression, stare into nothing look be everything that we need to know about him. But there's going to come a point in time to where stuff needs to happen with this character. Some more exposition maybe with the character. I don't know. But yeah. Dexter Lumis and Killian Dane. Dexter Lumis would get the win in that match. What else have we got here? Dakota Kai is somewhere saying that she's going to beat Io Shirai for the women's title. Who cares? Breezango channeling their inner Mountie for their tag team match against Everrise. I love Breezango's entrances. I don't care. Okay, I don't care if they're going for titles or not. I just don't care. I just want them on my television every single week. That's all that matters. Yes. So, yeah, Breezango defeats Everrise. I still don't. I just know that Everrise has Rick Martel's son, I believe. That's all I know. They're the Mounties. Aaliyah with Robert Stone in tow versus Shotzi Blackheart and her little tank. The tank would definitely play into this match as first we got Shotzi. Oh boy. Oh God. Boots. Oh God. And the other thing too, I've just got to show Robert Stone in his oversized sunglasses, oversized glasses. I absolutely love. Robert Stone in a boot. Freaking love it. Love Robert Stone in a boot. Anything in professional wrestling where a character is wearing like a neck brace or a walking boot or a halo. Halo is the best, okay? Wearing the halo. I love when characters in professional wrestling wear medical paraphernalia. I just love it. It makes them look even more ridiculous. And even though, and just you get even more with Robert Stone and those glasses. I mean, look at the size of those things. Look at the size of those glasses. Jesus Christ. When I was young, I used to have glasses that size. When I mean young, I mean like 7 or 8 years old. I almost want to get those glasses again. Robert Stone. Then after the match, Shotzi Blackheart would win via pinfall. Shotzi Blackheart would then run over Robert's good ankle with the tank. But then after the match also, Mercedes Martinez would come out and blast Dakota Kai from behind. I know, that's disgusting. Would take out Shotzi Blackheart. And later on in the show, Mercedes Martinez would approach Robert Stone to be a part of the Robert Stone brand. Just don't get in her way. She won't need someone to take care of all the paperwork that goes into her contracts. And so that's what Robert Stone's going to do. Love it. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Anything involving Robert Stone right now, I am for. I am absolutely. Isaiah Swerve Scott's cut a monologue of some kind. Who cares? Triple threat match to determine one of the contenders for the NXT North American title. Johnny Gargano versus Brunson Reed versus Roderick Strong. This was actually a pretty fun triple threat match. Full of counter to counter and fat guy flips that, the Brunson Reed here showing off he's a big thick boy. Brunson Reed would end up winning this match. Thoroughly shocked that Brunson Reed won this match. Anyone would have thought that Gargano or Strong was going to win this. No one thought that Reed was going to win this. And I hope that this ladder match that they're having for the North American title is going to be a clusterfuck, a multi-man clusterfuck, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Timothy Thatcher versus Oney Lorcan in a Timothy Thatcher match. Timothy Thatcher won by rolling up the tights and getting the win. We're still flying through all of this stuff. Fonz Balor cutting a promo, being part of a triple threat match. It's going to be him and Dexter Lumis and Timothy Thatcher next week in a triple threat for this title that they're trying to do. Fonz Balor off the milk carton. He's back from vacation or COVID or whatever the hell he was on vacation for. We haven't seen him in a little over a month. So yeah, Fonz Balor back with his weird ass leather jacket and crap. Finally, main event, Double D, Dominic Dijakovic. Dijakovic or Dijakovic? I always think it's Dijakovic. Because I mean, I know how to pronounce Serbian. Slavic. But whatever. Versus the Karrion Kross, Armageddon Man. Armageddon Man. Really getting that. Armageddon Man. Scarlett in tow. Karrion Kross eating a back elbow from the Double D. And apparently Scarlett is a voodoo doll. Yeah. Diet Cokish. Jamel saying is Diet Cokish. Yes, well, that's what we got to do. Dominic Diet Cokish. Nah, Double D. We'll keep calling him Double D. Karrion Kross would start throwing forearms and start being really malicious on Double D. Keith Lee would come out and stare at Karrion Kross as Karrion Kross would get the win. So there you go. There's NXT. What did everyone think of it? 84.7% gave NXT thumbs up, and that's par for the course because no one watches NXT. Which show was better on Wednesday? Nearly 62% said that NXT was the better show than Dynamite. even though AEW Dynamite was better in the ratings, that Brian Alvarez will let you know on a weekly basis on the Twitter every Thursday. So, there you go. That was NXT. Should I give Orange Cassidy a shout out? I always give Orange Cassidy is a nice, bright young fellow. There's the shout out. SmackDown. We're flying through these because we got some wrestling matches to watch. SmackDown. Some news on SmackDown. I think also some people got off the milk carton. Ah, yes. Oh my God. What is wrong with my... Let me fix that real quick. I apologize. What the heck is going on here? No, let's get rid of that. There we go. No, that's wrong. Let me trim this down so you guys can see this. Here we go. Professionalism. Professionalism. That is what we're all about here on the Wrestleviews. There we go. I think that's good. Now let's trim that down. There we go. Bar fight. Bar fight. Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. Yes. Totally for it. Oh, this was a fun one. Fun little garbage brawl. Fun one. Start this off. Everyone's cutting promos. Sasha and Karen are talking. Then Nikki and Alexa come out, and Nikki wants another shot at the SmackDown Women's title. And then Karen says, well, you get it unless you can beat Alexa Bliss in a match. And so we're having Nikki Cross versus Alexa Bliss in a match, and Nikki Cross ends up winning. We were fearing that there was going to be a split between the two, but apparently not. That does not happen. Thank goodness. Firefly Funhouse, Bray Wyatt says words, The Fiend is back. There you go. What else have we got going on here? Matt Riddle showing off that he's a thing, going against Tony Nese. And then after the match, he would get on the mic and call out Karen Corbin. King Corbin comes out after cooking 40-day aged prime ribs to say that, hey, you're a jerk. So there you go. They're gonna have match soon. That's all I got to say about that. JBL tried to make picks, but he was ambiguous as possible. Miz TV, The Miz and John Morrison had Naomi as a guest. This was interesting in that the hashtag Naomi deserves better was going over the Twitter last week after her loss against Lacey Evans. And Naomi brings up that I've got the best fans in the world and they stay behind me, win, lose, or draw. Lacey Evans comes out and says, hey, you get pity hashtags that go viral. The two of them started fighting. So Naomi, in this whole thing, I implore you to watch the Miz TV segment. Miz and Morrison were fantastic in this. And it's great to see that this is the role that they're in now, is like the comedic duo of SmackDown. They're not meant to be serious at all. Not meant to be serious at all. This is the comedic role that they are taking. They're both way up there in age now. They're both in their late 30s. So playing it safe and taking that role, totally for it. Kofi Kingston comes out of the trainer's room to tell Big E that he is going to be out for 6 weeks. For what, we're not sure. I have not placed him on the injured list because we got to figure out if this is in fact true. Might be having some cleanup surgery of some kind. We're not sure. But Kofi says he's going to be out for 6 weeks and that Big E needs to take this. Big E says he's sorry, tells him take his time, and when the time's right, they'll go after the tag titles again. But Kofi says he feels like the universe is trying to speak to them. With Woods being out, Kofi is out. It is now Big E's time. For the past 6 years, Big E has put the group ahead of himself. Even when when Kofi won the WWE title, there was no jealousy, no nothing. And honestly, he could not have done it without Big E and Woods by his side. But now it's time for Big E to show the world what Big E can do. So, everyone harping, myself included, that Big E should get a singles run. You got your wish. Big E is going to be getting a run here. How are they going to put this together? Well, Doug, put on your fantasy booking cap. How long are they going to build this up? 6 weeks? No, it's going to be far longer than that. Who could he be facing during this trip for singles matches? Well, let's see. We know AJ Styles would be in the crosshairs. Yeah. Could be in clusterfuck matches involving Matt Riddle and Karen Bourbon. Cesaro and Nakamura can always go out there and beat him up. Do singles matches alongside with him. But the big one is to keep your eye on is Big E and King Corbin. That's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a very, very fun program. Throw alongside, yeah, you're going to have a honor fest between him and Matt Riddle. I mentioned that before. You'll see Miz and Morrison make fun of him a lot. That'll incur some matches as well. Another big one to watch out for. Braun Strowman? Maybe? Possibly? Who knows? We're not sure. Maybe next week we will try to book Big E for 3 months of SmackDown. How would we book Big E's run? Got to bear in mind, he's not going to win every single match. He's got to lose some. He's going to have programs with specific performers. How long will they last? A couple of weeks, maybe some. 1 to 2 months. Don't forget about Otis. That'd be a good one. So, again, a run for Big E is going to be extremely, extremely, extremely entertaining. Number 1 contender, fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental title, Drew Gulak, Shorty G, and the 2 healthy members of Lucha House Party, Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado. Gran Metalik would end up winning this match. Another shocker. Wait a minute. Who did I mention? Gran Metalik, and Lince Dorado was there too, and Shorty G was there? All three of those guys were there? Shorty G, Lince Dorado, Gran Metalik, off the milk carton, all 3 of them. We hadn't seen Shorty G for over a month since he had a match against Mojo Rawley to try to convince us that Shorty G is still a thing. Apparently he's not. Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado, we hadn't seen them since an 8-man tag clusterfuck of sorts. Didn't know they were still alive, but here they are. I think we hadn't seen them in also about a month and a half. So Gran Metalik versus AJ Styles this week for the Intercontinental title. We know how that's going to turn out. But, what do you expect? Otis and Mandy gave a little tribute saying their love story is going to continue. Otis and Mandy? You mean the most popular program on SmackDown this entire year? That Otis and Mandy? Otis and Mandy Rose, off the milk carton. We haven't seen them in nearly a month and a half. Ever since this whole COVID kerfluffle going on at the Performance Center, and they had to cut some programs and cut some performers from the SmackDown show, they took a hit. But Tucker and Sonya Deville are still on the milk carton. Kayla is backstage giving an interview to Shinsuke Nakamura and the Cesaro.
Can I ask a question, Macho Man?
Hey, Kayla!
No,
I'm sorry about
Mean
that.
Gene, we're not asking any questions. It's Kayla.
Hey, Kayla!
Yeah. They say they're going to put an end. They don't care about Big E's time because it's their time, and they do a champion's salute. Is it open palm against the head, or is it like that? I used to, in marching band, it was... Did I salute with the left hand? Trying to remember. Bam. No, it was the right hand. Yeah, it was the right hand. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, there you go. Bar fight! Bar fight! Sheamus and Jeff Hardy. No Easter Bunny to be found, or Sean O'Hare. Yeah. This was a fun little garbage brawl and a half. Go ahead and check it out. Jeff Hardy won it. Nice little garbage brawl and a half. I believe with Jeff Hardy, I'm trying to remember when Jeff Hardy returned. He still has injury time to go through on his contract. I believe 4 months are left on Jeff Hardy's contract. He will probably be gone before the end of the year. And so Jeff Hardy probably has one more big program in him. What will that program be? Would you retire Jeff Hardy to AJ Styles or The Fiend Bray Wyatt? I've got a feeling, does it really take 15 minutes for someone to get hit in the back with a chair in a bar fight, asks Mediocre Lewis. Not at all. It should not take that long. In fact, my big thing is I would make sure that music is constantly playing during a bar fight. I would be at that jukebox playing music that is so against what is happening in front of me. Like I would have Pat Benatar playing in the background as Jeff Hardy and Sheamus were going around beating each other up. By the way, Big E Sheamus would be a fun match. Jeff Hardy, though, who is he going to be retired to on SmackDown? AJ Styles or The Fiend? I'm looking at The Fiend right now. You want to build him up? There you go. That's what I'm looking at. What did everyone think of SmackDown? 77% gave SmackDown a thumbs up, and that is par for the course because just like NXT, nobody watches SmackDown. Oh, God, the tequila is hitting me hard. It's hitting me really hard. Well, it's either that or the Rouge. I'm not sure. Okay. Castile, the bottle is empty. The Stein of Redemption is full. All right, back. All right, so we plowed through the TV shows, and there you go. Mashun asked me, Doug, have I ever been in a bar fight? No. I do. Look, when I'm at bars, I'm an incredibly happy, jovial, philosophical person. Okay? I talk to many people after I've had plenty of drinks in me because when I walk in, I'm all bottled up. I've got to get loosened up. No, I am an incredibly fun person to drink with. Okay, and you got to watch out. My friends would always say, watch out for the rant. Because if I've had enough in me, I will go on a rant about something, about anything. And sometimes you guys have gotten those rants. You've heard my rants here on this show, where I give incredibly colorful analogies. Yeah, that's how I roll. So yeah, I miss the bars. I miss the COVID. I miss them. CJ asking, need to confirm this with Tabasco. Tabasco, the effervescent one, and the old editor-in-chief Adam Martin will tell you that seriously, this is not an act that I give. Okay, I am exactly how I am in real life, as I am here behind the microphone for how long I've been doing this with Wrestleview. Nothing has changed. So I want the COVID to be over. I want to go back to having funs with the publics and the peoples. And yes, I miss it. Way to get me off the rails there, Mediocre Lewis. Let's talk about the news. Let's start it off with somber news that just happened yesterday. Was reported yesterday morning. The passing of entertainment legend and WWE contributor Regis Philbin passed away at the age of 88. News was let out by his family that he passed away in his home there, I believe in California, last Friday night was when it was. Regis Philbin at the age of 88. I remember Regis Philbin the most when it comes to wrestling on Regis and Kathy Lee in the late 80s, early 90s, where WWE superstars would show up on the show to promote the next pay-per-view that would be happening, and Regis would be placed in the most awkward positions and moves when it came to the wrestlers. His really legendary appearances by WWF performers on the Regis and Kathy Lee show. Look up Yokozuna, look up Bret Hart, and also look up Undertaker. Undertaker was hilarious. Undertaker being on there was hilarious. It was Undertaker and Paul Bearer would be on the show. I encourage you to check out all of the appearances of WWF superstars on the Regis and Kathy Lee show from the late 80s, early 90s. They are absolutely hilarious to watch. And Regis, yes, CJ brings up, Regis loved the hell out of it. Kathy Lee wanted nothing to do with this. But, God, Regis, God, they troll Kathy Lee like mad throughout this entire thing. That's right, Jamel. And it's going to be missed. Appearances like that by pro wrestlers, I miss. You know, where they'd show up on a show and then the host is put into an awkward position, or I love that stuff. So, yeah, the sad passing of Regis Philbin at the age of 88. I'm sure Monday Night Raw will be doing a thing for Regis Philbin. Let's start it off with COVID news. Ric Flair denied reports that he tested positive for spiky Nerf ball. But New York Post said that Ric Flair was diagnosed with spiky Nerf ball. But Flair, who was spotted in public without a mask on, reportedly tested positive for the virus last Wednesday. He denied that he has it, stated that his wife, Wendy, does have the virus. He said, quote, "My wife does have spiky Nerf ball. We live in a 5,000 square foot home. I live in the basement. She lives upstairs on the 3rd floor, and she got sick." Flair insists that his health is excellent and that he's okay. New York Post is one of those I don't pay attention to. It's one of the Murdoch rags. It's a Fox News rag. So, yeah, nah, not flying with that. Speaking of spiky Nerf ball, WWE producer Adam Pearce says that he has defeated the spiky Nerf ball. He took to the Twitter last Tuesday to say this. He announced back on June the 25th, 1 month ago to the date, that he had tested positive for spiky Nerf ball. So, yay, he is all good to go. Vickie Guerrero, related to spiky Nerf ball, says it's because of spiky Nerf ball that it delayed her storyline plans for a month and a half. According on her podcast, the Excuse Me podcast, which I have yet to listen to, and it sounds like I should. Vickie talked about how she came to join AEW and how spiky Nerf ball led to the delay of her storyline plans. She says, quote, "I've been saying for a long time that my dream is to be with AEW. There's been so much going on to get to this point, but with COVID, there's been a lot of testing and people got exposed. I had a family member get exposed, so I had to wait for my test to get back. It delayed it for a good month and a half." I totally believe that, because we've seen at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view about a good 6 weeks ago, I believe, Vickie Guerrero was in the crowd at that show. And so, first off, one, I'm glad to see Vickie Guerrero in AEW. I being paired up with Nyla Rose, I think it's fantastic. It's great to see her back in professional wrestling. I don't care what organizations she's in. Glad to see her back. So, yeah. Kudos. Is this a thing? AEW featuring women's? Kind of. If it's not a waifu, they could be. Chris Jericho has postponed his 3rd Rock and Wrestling cruise until October of next year. This is all, again, spiky Nerf ball news. Speaking of more spiky Nerf ball news, the WWE has confirmed that SummerSlam is not going to take place in Boston. Instead, it's going to be at the Performance Center. Yeah. Great. In May, Boston's mayor announced that no large events will take place in the city up until Labor Day due to spiky Nerf ball. So, there you go. And throw it on top of that, the WWE officially announced Nxt Takeover XXX or 30 or NXT Takeover Pornhub, NXT Takeover Brazzers, NXT Takeover Giggity Giggity is going to take place on the Saturday before SummerSlam. So, mark your calendars. Mark your calendars right now. August the 22nd, watch along. Right here. Saturday, watch along. NXT Takeover. I like that one, CJ. NXT Takeover Tres Equis. Actually, NXT Takeover Triple Giggity. Sounds pretty good to me. NXT Takeover, whatever the hell you want to call it. August 22nd, right here. Watch along on the Wrestleview YouTube channel. Catch me. We're going to drink a lot of stuff and say, fuck this shit. Guys got to fill me in. Have you guys liked the watch-alongs that we do? Or that I do? Especially, I can only do them really with the takeover shows. You guys enjoy the watch-alongs? I'm just curious. You know, because sometimes I feel like I'm just wasting people's time. Or wasting my time. Because, you know, I really enjoy entertaining you guys while stupid stuff happens. So I kind of want to make sure it's all fun and hunky-dory and stuff. You know what sounds awesome? What if I do the prediction show leading into the watch-along for SummerSlam? Ooh, we got to do some programming here. I got a lot of programming to figure out here, but again, August the 22nd, NXT Takeover Brazzers, Triple Giggity. We will do a watch along, that's for sure. Mozzarella sticks all day, every day. Thank you, Mediocre Lewis. Thank you. This is not COVID related. We're done with Spiky Nerf Ball. We have a health update from Bobby Fulton's son, who posted an update about his dad on his dad's Facebook page earlier last week. Bobby Fulton, who is still in the hospital, had surgery to repair a bleeding artery. But according to Fulton's son, Dylan, his dad was misinformed that his throat cancer had come back. Fulton was half of the former U.S. Tag Team Champs, the Fantastics. But he is cancer-free. So Bobby Fulton, cancer-free. There you go. But still taking care of some stuff. Now, here's something I want to talk about. Apparently, last Monday was the final day of Kyrie Sane's contract with the WWE. Kyrie Sane, everyone's favorite waifu. Final day with the WWE was last Monday. The WWE has already taped tomorrow's episode of Monday Night Raw. There is no word about her re-signing her contract. According to P-Dub Insider, she is set to be facing Karen for the on the episode of Monday Night Raw for last Monday. What that was. But Kyrie Sane is reportedly finishing out her contract on good terms. She has long been rumored to be returning to Japan to be with her husband, who she married earlier this year. The way that this is looking, Kyrie Sane will have her match with Karen, and Karen will win. And out comes Shayna Baszler to put her down. Though I prefer it to be Nia Jax. But it looks like tomorrow night is Kyrie Sane's final match with the WWE. Shayna Baszler will probably come out and destroy her or Nia Jax, either one. And prepare yourselves throughout the Twitter. There will be a bunch of thank yous, a bunch of heartfelt goodbyes. There were already a lot of them on the Twitter last week regarding Kyrie Sane's departure from the WWE. So, how do we assess her career with the WWE? I think it's pretty good. Great supplemental talent. Very fun act. Incredibly fun act with Asuka, especially their tag team matches with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. The whole pirate gimmick was, But, no, she's been a pretty fun act. But yeah, she's going to be retiring and spending time having having a family in Japan with their hubby. So more power to her. Good way to go. You haven't noticed on Wrestleview, on our website, for the past week, there were a lot of Tony Khan stories, okay? Tony Khan said this. Tony Khan said that. Tony Khan believes this. Tony Khan believes that. Well, I tried to find the important ones because, honestly, just hearing his name, Tony Khan, is starting to be annoying. AEW President Tony Khan discussed bringing Sami Guevara back from suspension after an interview was brought up from 3 years ago about how he would like to rape Sasha Banks. Guevara returned last Wednesday to AEW. AEW President Tony Khan spoke to Sports Illustrated about this decision to bring him back, saying, quote, Sami completed 4 weeks of extensive sensitivity training, and his curriculum included subject matters of tolerance, gender, race relations, and why people's words matter. During his suspension, he was very contrite. I asked him to use that time to try and become a better person, and I think he did. Sami was off television for a month and suspended without pay for 30 days, and I think it was the right time for Sami to come back because he's shown that he's very sorry and that he can change. He's spent every day over the past month trying to prove that. Okay. He has been very contrite, and he's been very apologetic. Sami Guevara has. He's reached out to Sasha Banks privately, spoken about it publicly. Sasha Banks spoke about it publicly also. So, sure. Is a month enough? I think everyone forgot about it until he showed up. So, yeah, I think it's fine. Definitely a hell of a lot better than how Ring of Honor acts. Prepare yourselves. Vince McMahon and other WWE executives have sold off a lot of stock ahead of next week's second quarter report. According to multiple SEC filings, WWE's top executives are selling off some of their stock. The filings made on that day, and that day, it looks like on the 22nd, they sold at $46.25 a share. Vince McMahon sold off a little over 12,000 shares and received a little over $500,000. Paul Levesque sold off a little under 11,000 shares and got a little under $500,000. Stephanie McMahon sold off almost the same amount and got a little over $500,000. Kevin Dunn sold off 22,000 shares for a cool mill. Bradley Bloom sold off 6,700 shares to get $120K. Brian Nurse, 146 for a lot of money. Mark Kowal, 2,000 shares, $120K. Look, people sell off stock to bring in money. Cash flow has been very, very tight for many, many companies related to spiky Nerf ball. This is not a sign that something is going under, people. It's all about cash flow, is all it is. You ever run a business? This is what it's about, especially with the business that I helped run. We had to deal with spiking Nerf ball. What was our cash flow? Instead of people having to sell off stock because we aren't that big of a company to have publicly traded stock, instead, we had to get a PPP loan and an idle loan. We had to have cash flow. We've got overhead to pay. We've got people to pay for their jobs. You need cash flow. All these people that cashed in their shares, it's cash flow. They weren't getting paychecks. It's what it is. Jamel's telling me to scroll down. I see 7 comments. All right, poll to the chat. Do I scroll down? Should I scroll down? Because this, as many of you know, for the past 10 to 12 years, a creed that I live by is you don't scroll down. Anything you ever look at on the internet, whether it be a news article, a YouTube video, or anything that grabs your interest, that you want to be informed or entertained or whatever, you read it but you don't scroll down because there is nothing informative or poignant in the comments to follow. The comments do nothing but incite you to be just as stupid as the people that comment. Grash in the chat room going, wee! Mediocre Lewis is telling me don't do it. Grash is telling me not to. Gills wants me to do it. Daniel wants me to do it. Look. I'm going to scroll down. Rats jumping from a sinking ship. That's the first comment. Excuse my ignorance, but I don't understand much about this kind of thing. Why would they be selling some of their shares now? Is it to try and help the company in some way, or is it because the WWE share price is getting smaller? Guy replies, if the quarterly earnings are lower than expected, the stock price drops. So they are selling now at 46. If the price drops to say 40, they make 75K. Good reply. Good reply. Bucky Beaver makes a quick million. Yeah. That was a fabulous reply by Dan Praggets on the thread. Fabulous reply. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. They're not jumping from a sinking ship, making money while they can, because they know what's coming up. That's not insider trading. That's just being aware of your company. Slammiversary, according to TNA, broke social media records. They announced that this year's Slammiversary pay-per-view broke all social media records for the company. Do I really want to look at that? I'm scrolling through their press release, and I just see increases. The channel, Impact TNA's YouTube channel, which already ranks at number 2 most subscribed wrestling account on the platform. Stop it! There is no such thing as a wrestling account. Wrestling is not categorized on YouTube. They're trying. And I'm sure the show was great. There were a lot of former WWE employees that showed up at TNA. Eric Young is back there. EC3 is back. Gallows and Anderson are there now. So I'm sure I might check out Slammiversary on my own time to see how it was. But yeah. I dig Willie Mack, says Jamel. Oh, okay, I'll check it out. I'm open-minded. I won't shit on anything. Motor City. Oh, for fuck's sake. Motor City Machine Guns are back? Oh, fuck me. The original Young Bucks are back. Oh, fuck off. The WWE named Claudia Bermudez Key as general manager of their Latin America branch. Bermudez Key is going to report directly to James Rosenstock, who is the WWE Executive Vice President International. She will lead WWE's strategic business initiatives and day-to-day ops in the Latin America region. She has over 20 years experience working with NBC Universal and Olé Communications, as well as Sony Pictures Television. So, there you go. Just thought I'd talk about recent hires, that's all. Hey, did you guys hop onto your PS4 and go into the PS4 store, and the very first thing you saw was this image of Sarge Slaughter, Stone Cold, Undertaker, and the meme behind tanks in a wrestling ring? I saw this. I stumbled upon this last Friday when I came back from work. I come back from work, I turn on my PS4, I like to play some games to wind down, and saw that there was a summer sale going on the PS4 store. So I thought I'd pop into the store, and this was the first image I saw. The WWE has announced a partnership with the World of Tanks free-to-play micro-purchasing video game. Microtransaction video game. Why did I go on the PS4 store? They had a sale on Dragon Thing 11. That's why Dragon Quest 11. They had a half off sale on that game. I've been meaning to get that game, so I got it because I'm about to finish off Persona 5 Royal. So yeah. But this was the first thing I saw. I saw this picture on the very first thing when I got into the PlayStation Store. So, yeah. Mediocre Lewis licking your chops for Mafia 1 Definitive. I'm licking my chops for Dark Souls Demon Souls Remastered. That's what I'm licking my chops for. God, I love that they announced that. Also, other things that I'm playing. No, who cares about what else Doug is playing on the PlayStation? Doug's 40 years old and he still plays video games. Believe me, I hear it from my girlfriend all the time. Demon Souls Remastered. Goddamn right. All right. Finally, we always got to end news on good news. Good news. Angel Garza. I prefer calling him Angel. Angel Garza. Married. Last week to his wife Zaidi. Trisha Lozano last week. Lozano last appeared on the April 13th episode of Monday Night Raw as a ringside photographer who received a kiss and a rose from Garza during his entrance. She's most noted for her appearance on the December 11th episode last year of NXT, where Garza won the Cruiserweight title and then proposed to her in the ring. So, Angel Garza, married, but is still going to be flirting like hell with Charlie Caruso. Jamel asking me if I had a chance to check out R-Truth's game show on the WWE Network. Oh, God, yes. Yes. If you have not checked that out, I saw it on YouTube. Check it out. The R-Truth game show is absolutely hilarious, okay? R-Truth is just an absolute treasure, okay? He is an absolute fucking treasure. There are a lot of things that I would love to do in my lifetime with WWE performers or former personnel. Like, I would just love to share a drink with a lot of performers, you know, just sit down at a bar and shoot the shit. But one thing I would love to do is sit down with R-Truth in a Chick-fil-A and have a fried chicken sandwich with him and just talk about Charlotte and talk about his life in the city of Charlotte and how he's come up, you know. And I'm sure that's been brought up in his 24/7 documentary on the WWE Network. But man, God love it. I love R-Truth. Everyone should love R-Truth. He is an absolute treasure, and next to Big Show, the oldest member of the WWE's main roster. God love him. God bless his soul. Injury list, injury report, and all the stuff. The people have boo-boos. Razar with a torn bicep. He's not going to be back until SummerSlam times. Becky Lynch, the meme, has a tiny human in her tum-tum. She's not going to be back until WrestleMania times. Jinder Mahal, reparative surgery on the same knee that he ruptured his patella on. He's not going to be back until October. Edge, torn tricep. He may not be back in time until WrestleMania. Who knows? Charlotte Flair, cosmetic surgery on her boob. She won't be back until Survivor Series times. Lars Sullivan, destroyed knee. He has been out for nearly over 19 months for this knee. He's still on the main roster. Don't know when he's going to be back. Kalisto, separated shoulder. Not sure if he's going to be back for SummerSlam times. He might be riding this out right now. Xavier Woods and Ember Moon are both rehabbing torn Achilles tendons. Xavier Woods may be back for SummerSlam, but Ember Moon not so much. I am trying to find a timetable on her. It's either she's not going to be back until Survivor Series or her career is over. We are not sure. Jimmy Uso, reparative surgery on his right knee. He's not going to be back until Survivor Series. Elias, third injury in the past 2 years. Torn boob, torn pectoral muscle. He's not going to be back until WrestleMania times. Why do I keep reminding us about Lars Sullivan, CJ? It's called the news. It's kind of why. I always have to remind you, because that's why I do. It's to keep informed. Boa, the Chinese male of the NXT roster, torn rotator cuff and labrum. He won't be back until SummerSlam times. Hayden in the chat room going, wee! Jasmine Duke, when she may be in the crowd cheering for everybody, but she also had reparative surgery on both elbows. She won't be back until SummerSlam times. I saw a question about Velveteen Dream. 3 weeks ago, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, he was in an auto accident. We have not heard word about said accident. We know that he was taken to the hospital, but he's okay. So we're not sure. He's really a big question mark right now. So I need to place him on the injury list, but I don't know what he has. I only know what happened. So we're not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Velveteen Dream on NXT sometime soon. So there you go. So those are the people that are hurt. What about the people who aren't hurt? What about the people who are perfectly healthy? What about the people who haven't been on TV or WWE pay-per-view for, say, 3 weeks? They end up on a very special list. A special list of my own design. A special list that I believe the WWE solely pays attention to. Do they pay attention to my show? Absolutely not. But they have a database and a spreadsheet like I do. And they monitor when these people are not on television and try to figure out when the time is right to have these people on television. You better prepare yourselves. It's going to be a big one. It's the WWE milk carton. Oh, I'm so spoiled and so chunky. It's so goddamn hot outside. I'm cottage cheese. It's probably the best one I've done since I've started doing the transition spots here. I really need to have a liner or something for the milk carton. I really do, but I got a feeling you guys really do enjoy me trying to sing Milky. Let's start this off with Jey Uso. July the 3rd was the last that we've seen Jey Uso. Wait, what was he doing then? He was hosting that horrid karaoke segment on SmackDown. Oh boy. It's really bad. It's really bad when the last thing that you're known for is that segment. Boy, howdy. Welcome to the WWE milk carton, Rhea Ripley. We haven't seen Rhea Ripley since the July 1st episode of NXT where she faced off in a handicap match versus Robert Stone and Aaliyah. She's been active on the Twitter about Robert Stone and stuff, but Rhea Ripley, we're not going to see her on TV for a while because Mercedes Martinez is on TV. Well, maybe she might show up because Mercedes Martinez is on TV. Look, I know I'm going to catch some flack for this one. But Apollo Crews, current United States champion Apollo Crews. Haven't seen him since the June 29th episode of Monday Night Raw, where he faced off against MVP, and then he was injured, fantasy quotes, by Bobby Lashley. Rumors around and abound that he suffered from spiky Nerf ball, and that's why he hasn't been on TV or pay-per-view. He was supposed to be having a match with MVP at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, but did not. He failed a physical storyline. So what's going on here? I am not going to say that he has spiky Nerf ball. I don't have any knowledge. I don't have any confirmation of that. So, for the time being, he's going to be on the milk carton. Is this the first? I'm starting to wonder if this is the first time. Well, no, it's certainly not the first time that a champion of sorts has been on the WWE milk carton. Brock Lesnar has been on the milk carton numerous times as WWE champion. So, but again, I'm not going to say that Apollo has got spiky Nerf ball until I've given confirmation. returning champion of the WWE milk carton, Humberto Carrillo. We haven't seen him since we had, the typical Teddy Long special.
Now, if all four of you want to mix it up, then we gonna do it right. I'm going to make this a tag team match.
Haven't seen him since he tagged up with Aleister Black to face off against Murphy and Seth Rollins. I don't know what we're going to do with this cat since we're almost done with the whole, Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio thing. Casey Catanzaro. We have not seen her since the June 24th episode of NXT, where her and Kaden Carter faced off against the team of Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Of the 4 women in that tag match, 3 of them have not been on television since that match. The purpose of the match was to build Dakota Kai as a thing to go off and get Io Shirai's NXT Women's title. We really sacrificed 3 gals for that storyline? Seriously? Really? Come on. Seriously. We've sacrificed 3 women to push Dakota Kai as a deal. Indus Sher, we haven't seen them since that same episode of June 24th NXT, where doing a monologue of some kind where Malcolm Bivens was speaking for them. We have not seen them for that amount of time because when we were having the every title match between Adam Cole and Keith Lee that was pre-taped, Saurabh of Indus Sher took to Instagram, posted a picture of the confetti falling a week before the episode was going to air. So right now, Indus Sher and Malcolm Bivens, you are not going to see them on television for a while because apparently they just can't keep that kind of information to themselves. And Malcolm Bivens, for the life of me, what is this guy? He's funny as hell on Twitter, okay? But I don't know what the hell this guy is. I'm trying to think of a worse manager. Managers is... what is he? I don't know. Nia Jax. Haven't seen her since the June 22nd episode of Monday Night Raw, where she showed up after the match between Asuka and Charlotte Flair and started beating down Asuka or dressing up like Asuka or something like that. I don't know. I would like for her to show up tomorrow night and put down everyone's favorite waifu, but we don't know what's happening right now with Nia Jax. This one's kind of iffy here. I don't know what we got in store. Could make a surprise appearance on SmackDown. That would be neat. Don't know. Austin Theory. Haven't seen him since the June 22nd episode of Monday Night Raw, where he was part of a segment involving Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio or something like that. Rumors around that he came down with spiky Nerf ball. Here's the thing. I have no confirmation regarding any WWE performers that have come down with spiky Nerf ball. So far, the only confirmations about COVID coming down with the COVID, they all seem to be performers that are not in the ring. Seems to be a little suspicious to me. Because if it came out that in-ring performers came down with COVID, oh boy. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. But, who knows? Sandro bringing up that he was one of the accused in the speaking out movement. Not one of the bigger names. I know Jordan Devlin is the only one remaining, I believe, of the really talked about ones in the speaking out movement. Kat's only 22 years old. I don't know. Liv Morgan, haven't seen her since the June 22nd episode of Monday Night Raw, where she faced off, where she took a powder to Natalya. Why? I don't know. It was to further a program that Liv Morgan just is not with the program that Natalya is with, but whatever program that is, both of them aren't on it, and that is the television program. What's going on here? You have a match with two people. You don't capitalize on it. Why are we doing this? Lana, haven't seen her since the June 22nd episode of Monday Night Raw, where she showed up to be ringside with Natalya after the match with Liv Morgan. Lana right now and her entire family and husband have come down with COVID, so she's not going to be on TV for a very long time. Is that why Natalya and Liv Morgan aren't on TV? I don't know. The casualty of the best program on SmackDown this year of Otis and Mandy Rose, Tucker, has not been seen since June 19th episode of SmackDown, where he showed up in, he was around the ring when AJ Styles and Matt Riddle were facing each other. This was Matt Riddle's debut match in SmackDown. But also who has not been shown on TV since then, Sonya Deville. Haven't seen her since that same episode where she showed up in a segment for Miz TV to further the storyline between her and Mandy Rose that has not happened for the past 5 weeks. I understand COVID and spiky Nerf ball and WWE's inability to figure it out. I understand that. You've got to make sacrifices on your show. Totally get it. Totally get it. 3 weeks ago, they had a karaoke segment involving 4 women. None of them were Sonya Deville. Dana Brooke has been on TV more than Sonya Deville. Figure that one out. What is going on? What is going on? Seriously. Just tell me she's hurt. Just do that. Mojo Rawley, haven't seen him since the June 19th episode of SmackDown where he had a match against Shorty G to confirm that Shorty G was a thing. Apparently, Shorty G was not a thing because Shorty G just got off the milk carton having a fatal 4-way match for the #1 contendership for the Intercontinental title against 2 guys who were just on the milk carton that also got off, and Drew Gulak. This is why I do this segment, okay? I do this segment to remind you guys of people who are on the WWE's main roster of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, so that when they are released or they appear, you're not surprised when you see them. You recall that they are part of the company. Danny Birch. Haven't seen him since the June 17th episode of NXT, where him and Oni Lorcan were part of a run-in against Indus Sher when Imperium were defending their NXT tag team titles against Breezango. I know Danny Birch has been on 205 Live, and he has been teaming up with Oni Lorcan and Mansoor. I totally get it. But that's not mainstream television. Danny Birch is on the NXT roster. Xia Li, haven't seen her since the June 17th episode of NXT, where she had a match against Aaliyah. This would be known as the projectile vomit match, when Robert Stone got on the apron and projectile vomited and distracted Xia Li. And lose. And this is okay. This is Xia Li's like 6th appearance on the WWE milk carton. Still green as hell, doesn't have the tempos down. I love her look, but man, this is not looking good. Mashoon telling me Imperium is on the WWE's main roster. They're on NXT UK. Not the main roster. Tomato Chomper. Haven't seen him since the June 7th NXT Takeover in Your House, where he took a powder to Karrion Kross. He is taking a break right now. He has been banged up so much. What is he going to do? I don't know. He's going to have a match against Keith Lee, and then Karrion Kross is having a match with Keith Lee, and Tomato Chomper might show up again. I don't know. Who knows? I don't. Forgotten Sons, they are incredibly forgotten. Haven't seen them since the May 29th episode of SmackDown, where they gave a salute and a monologue and stuff. Since the horrible, disgusting death of George Floyd, 2 days following that, Jackson Riker decided to go to Twitter and praise Donald Trump for the great job that he's been doing as President of the United States. Since that tweet, they have yet to show up on television. Whoopsie daisy. Chelsea Green, we haven't seen her since the May 27th episode of NXT, where she teamed up with Charlotte Flair to take on Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley in a tag team match. After that match, where she was victorious, she fired her former manager, Robert Stone. Since then, Robert Stone has been on television every week, and Chelsea Green has not. So who got the better end of that deal? Kushida. We haven't seen him since that May 27th episode of NXT, where he took part in a triple threat match to determine the other guy to go against El Hijo del Fantasma, who is now Santo Escobar, for the little critter title, interim little critter title, cruiserweight title. Kushida. Haven't seen him since that match. Drake Maverick won that triple threat match on May the 27th. Normally, when you lose a match to Kushida, you are abducted by Los Conquistadores and thrown into an SUV. But what if you're Kushida and you lose a match? Apparently, he's been abducted. Don't know by who, and we don't know what vehicle. Shane Thorne, haven't seen him since the May 11th episode of Monday Night Raw, where he took part in a 6-man tag involving himself, some guy with the last name of Vink, and MVP to square off against Apollo Crews, Cedric Alexander, and Richard O'Shea. Your guess is as good as mine. Is his career safe? I don't know. This is his 3rd different profile pick in the past calendar year. Carmella. Haven't seen her since the May 10th episode. No, not an episode. It was the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match on May the 10th. We haven't seen her since then. What has she been doing? She's been doing a podcast with her boy toy, Corey Graves. And apparently she's got some mental problems, or she's scared of COVID or something. We don't know. She is on hiatus social media-wise. She only does this stuff with Corey Graves and the podcasting. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. I don't really want to say anything bad about it because it's not warranted. But she was gone for a very long time earlier this year because she wanted to figure out some things with her life. Sounds like it's happening again. Titus O'Neil, haven't seen him since the May 4th episode of Monday Night Raw, where he was in a gauntlet match to determine the other guy to be in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Doesn't matter. He's too busy saving the city of Tampa. Okay? He has fed them, he's clothed them, he's educated them, he's given them all jobs, he has given them a roof over their head. This man needs to run for something. If he is not the mayor of Tampa or something within the next 3 years, then why would you be in the WWE in the first place? Pete Dunne. Haven't seen him since the April 15th episode of NXT, where he showed up via Zoom on the big screen TV to tell Matt Riddle that, hey, I can't defend the NXT tag team titles with you, so in my place is a guy with orthodontal problems in Timothy Thatcher. He's going to help you out. Well, he didn't help him out. They ended up losing the titles the following week to Imperium, and Pete Dunne is locked across the other side of the pond in the UK, where he's trying to figure out what the fuck happened in this speaking out shit. Bork Lesnar, haven't seen him since night 2 of WrestleMania, where he lost the WWE title to Drew McIntyre. We're not going to see Bork Lesnar until there's live butts in the seats. Sami Zayn, haven't seen him since night 1 of WrestleMania, where he successfully defended the WWE Intercontinental title against Daniel Bryan. Sami Zayn is too busy on the Twitters, letting us all know how he feels about the world. He's been doing a lot of fundraising and a lot of charity work as well, so nothing wrong with what's going on with him. Riddick Moss, haven't seen him since the March 23rd episode of Monday Night Raw, where he was jogging in middle-class white suburbia and then got rolled up by R-Truth to lose the 24/7 title. Since then, he's still lost in middle-class white suburbia. It's been 4 months. Where is he? Have people been feeding him? I mean, have they left cold bowls of Fancy Feast out on their front porch to feed this young man? Look at him. Help him. Find him. APB somewhere. Roman Reigns. Burden. Burden, 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 burden. Roman Reigns, haven't seen him since the March 20th episode of SmackDown, where he signed a contract with Goldberg to fight for the Universal title. WrestleMania, that match never happened. In fact, he's been spending the past 4 months, he says, being with his children and caring for them. As if no one else on the roster has children. But no one else on the roster fought leukemia either. And everyone else on the roster is having to deal with spiky Nerf ball while Roman Reigns isn't. Grizzled young veterans. Zach Gibson and James Drake. Haven't seen them since the March 11th episode of NXT, where they blindsided Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle after they successfully defended the NXT Tag Team titles against the Undisputed Era. For 4 weeks prior to March 11th, we were touting that the grizzled young veterans were a thing. They were beating smaller teams like Oney Lorcan and Danny Birch, like Ever Rise. They were doing all of that to build themselves up. They are still on the NXT main roster. Since then, they are not a thing. They are locked across the pond at NXT UK. Their insignia hasn't changed yet. It has now been nearly 4.5 months since we've seen these guys. Why should we give a shit? AOP, even though Rezar is hurt, I'm counting them both. We haven't seen them since the March 9th episode of Monday Night Raw. For 5 or 6 weeks straight, we got Teddy Long specials.
Now, if all 4 of you want to mix it up, then we gonna do it right. I'm going to make this a tag team match.
You name it. Them, Viking Raiders, Murphy, Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins. 6-man tags, 8-man tags, weirdo tag matches. For 5 or 6 weeks straight, that's all we got out of AOP. Haven't seen them for nearly 5 months. Man, I love AOP, but God bless them. I think it's coming to an end. Robert Roode. Haven't seen him since Elimination Chamber on March the 8th, where he and Dolph Ziggler teamed up to try to get the SmackDown Tag Team titles in an Elimination Chamber match. He is locked across the border. He ain't coming here to America anytime soon. So, good luck with that one. Marina Shafir, haven't seen her since the March 4th episode of NXT, where she shoved a stick through a steel cage so that her hubby, Roderick Strong, could beat the crap out of Velveteen Dream. That didn't happen too well. She's too busy being a mother. Mansoor, haven't seen him since the February 27th Super Showdown pay-per-view out of Riyadh or Jeddah or Bismarck, South Dakota. He faced off against Dolph Ziggler to make all of his fellow villagers happy. Yes, he's appearing on 205 Live. Yeah. Problem is, he hasn't been on mainstream television, and he is on the NXT roster, further confirming the fact that Mansoor only performs in front of his hometown people of South Dakota. Kona Reeves, haven't seen him since the February 19th episode of NXT, where he took a powder to Keith Lee in less than 25 seconds. Vanessa Bourne, haven't seen her since the January 15th episode of NXT, where she took part in a battle royale of the Vagina Persuasion to figure out who would be the #1 contender for the NXT Women's title for NXT TakeOver Portland. The champ at the time was Rhea Ripley. The battle royale winner was Bianca Belair. We haven't seen her since then. Do we care? Not so much. Take a sip of the sources. We're dipping into 2019. Bo Dallas. Haven't seen him since the November 15th episode of SmackDown of last year, where him, Curtis Axel, and Drew Gulak were making fun of Braun Strowman leading into Survivor Series. Since then, Curtis Axel is no longer with the company. Braun Strowman is drowning in a swamp somewhere, and Drew Gulak is having fun in a program with Daniel Bryan, even though Daniel Bryan is back at home in Washington. Your guess is as good as mine. Finally, the stalwart of the milk carton. God, how much longer do we have? It's getting close, guys. It's getting really, really close. I'm counting the weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 weeks. 8 weeks until we have christened the new golden gallon of the WWE milk carton. The golden gallon is someone who has been perfectly healthy on the WWE's main roster and has not appeared on television or pay-per-view for a full calendar year. The Colognes were the last ones to do it. 8 weeks until it happens. He is christened. I can't think of a great moniker to give him. I know, Mediocre Lewis, I miss the days of No Way Jose. Man, I miss those. Those were fun times. But now the times that we have are with Arturo Ruas. Who? We haven't seen... I do love saying that, you know, doing the accenting. Who? We haven't seen him since the September 18th episode of NXT from last year. The debut episode of NXT on the USA Network, where he faced off against Pete Dunne to confirm that Pete Dunne was a thing. Pete Dunne became a thing. Congratulations, Arturo. We don't need you no more. Oh, man. Oh, Jamel bringing up, yeah, No Way Jose, EC3, the Colognes. Man, those were the halcyon days. When No Way Jose was not on television for about 5 months straight, and we were worried sick about his conga line, that they had been abducted. Because we haven't seen the conga line in that much time either. So, that is your WWE milk carton of so many people that have not been on television for 3 weeks or more. Who will be joining them next week? There's some pretty big names that are going to be showing up. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Pretty very big names. A name, in fact, that had a run-in at the Pat McAfee show. You want to check that out. That was a nice little blow-up that happened on the Pat McAfee show involving a WWE performer. Yeah, everyone asking if it's a work or not That's why I didn't talk about it here on the show. So there you go. All right. Take a sip of the source. You guys ready for some bloodletting? You guys ready to go to Japan? You guys ready to get you some learning on about what hardcore wrestling is? Tell your friends, because I'm about to plug in my earbuds and get them untangled. If I can. There we go. We got them untangled. Let's talk about what real extreme wrestling is, and you're going to have to, well, no, I'm not going to do the transition. I'm just going to go right into it right now. All right, here we go. So, this whole idea started about a couple of weeks ago. Trevor Byers, I think he was in the chat room earlier. I saw you, Trevor. Posted in the Facebook media page this poll, this emote poll about who is the king of hardcore. Is it, and I'm just reading down the list. These aren't ranked. This is the list. Who is the king of hardcore? Mediocre Lewis is tapping out. Whee! See you later, dude. Who is the king of hardcore? No question mark. Tommy Dreamer, Raven, Mick Foley, New Jack, Terry Funk, or other. And I ended up, giving my 2 cents on this. In fact, I'll scroll down. I ended up putting my 2 cents in this thing. If it'll load up. Well, it probably won't. There are a lot of other names that should have been on here that are way more hardcore than any of these people. Terry Funk is the only one I'd keep on there. Everyone else, not so much. So, when I saw this, I thought, you know what? I need to educate some people about bloodletting, about hardcore wrestling. So, I'm not saying that any of these guys did not do hardcore wrestling. That is not what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to put down anyone in who is a king or a squire or a duke of hardcore wrestling. I'm just trying to say that there are some others that you should put in there that are way better than the suggestions that you've given. So, give you guys a little background about myself when it comes to this. I went to college, summer of 97. In the summer of 97, for about a year prior, from 96 going up to my graduation from high school, is when ECW was syndicated and showing on Sports South, which is now Sports South Carolinas, Fox Sports Carolinas here in this area. And ECW was on at midnight on a Saturday, and it really opened up my eyes to other ways of wrestling, especially how ECW was totally no DQ, no count out. They just did whatever the hell they wanted. But it was through them that I also heard about Japanese wrestling. I didn't know Japanese wrestling in the mid-90s, okay? And this is in the mid-90s. I'm alive in the mid-90s, guys, okay? This is during the infancy of the internet. You couldn't find this stuff. You didn't know about this stuff. And so I heard about this thing called FMW, Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling was what it was. And it was basically the ECW of Japan. And I was curious about it. You couldn't really find a lot about it on the internet in the mid-90s, late 90s, because the internet was in its infancy. And so, fast forward, I go to college and opened up to, make way new friends. The high-rise dorm that I live in, I'm the WWF room. Next door to me is the WCW room, and every Monday night, we are going back and forth in each other's rooms, checking out what's happening on the shows, talking about wrestling. It's a group of 15 or 20 guys, all in their late teens, virgins. Infancy of the internet, okay? And so, that's what's happening when I start college. About a 10-mile drive from my dorm is massive mall, Concord Mills Mall, out of Concord, North Carolina. And I walk around, and there is a mall booth for RF Video. Is RF Video? RF Video, look them up, was the vendor and distributor for ECW's fan cam videos that they would do for house shows and everything for the television shows that they did and house shows. And so I heard about RF Video when I later that year went to an ECW house show in Concord, North Carolina, paid $15 for RF Video to send me a VHS copy of the show that I attended. I've got to play that sometime. I will find it and I will show it. On the card at that show was Super Crazy and Tajiri. Before Tajiri got the goatee and the black pants. Yeah, it was a fantastic, fun show. ECW had house shows and they toured. Yes, they did, Jamel. Way back when. Okay. So RF Video, I get the tape, and then I'm walking around Concord Mills Mall, and there is an RF Video mall booth. And at their mall booth, they are selling incredibly cheesy Indian and Chinese martial arts films, but also this vast collection of Japanese wrestling tapes. Nothing ECW. It was Japanese wrestling. And Jama in the chat room going, wee! And so I looked at this collection and I was like, I wanted to buy a tape. I'm a broke college student, but I got to buy something. And so I found the best of Japanese death matches. Best of Japanese death matches from FMW. And oh my God, whether my eyeballs were wide for this one. I popped that sucker into the VCR, my dorm room, and saw the very first match was the Great Nita, which was Atsushi Onita playing a parody of the Great Muta, called himself the Great Nita, in a tag team match against Mr. Pogo and someone else. There were knives involved. They were cutting each other in the head. There was barbed wire. There was fire being spit out. There was explosions. There was all kinds of crazy shit. I was going, what the fuck am I watching? This is not wrestling. This is bloodletting, is what this is. This is not even what Ric Flair would call Mick Foley a glorified stunt man. This wasn't stunt people. This was just bloodletting. And so my eyes were wide open to this. Okay? So the matches that we're going to watch today are all from that same VHS tape that I bought nearly, about 50, we're looking 20, how long ago? 20 years ago. 22 years ago. So that's what we're going to do. I tried looking. What I did was I took the VHS and I converted it to DVD, and I was hoping to find a DVD of that same VHS tape and play it for you guys, but my storage unit is so jam-packed, I just didn't feel like finding it. But I'm going to damn well try to find the DVD of the ECW fan cam of the show that I went to in Concord. I would love to show you guys the show that I went to. But, and this was back again in 98. Yeah, late 97, early 98 is what this was. But, till then, we're just going to do this instead. All right. Whew. This is going to be a good one, guys. Seriously. No, not that. No, we're not going to show that. Where's my thing? There we go. That's what I want. All right. Going to play a little promo. We're going to start this off with Atsushi Onita versus Mr. Pogo in an exploding barbed wire cage death match from August the 22nd, 1993. Okay? Or I think also the best way to look at it is a time bomb match is another thing. But yeah, it's a time bomb match. It's the best way to look at it. Okay? I'm going to press the play. I've got to go relieve myself real quick, but in the meantime, enjoy people talking in a language that you don't understand. And yeah, here we go.
大仁田対ポーゴの血塗られた伝説。その最終章のページが今西宮で開かれる。
怖いな。
All right, so understand this is going to be a cage match. The ring ropes are covered in barbed wire. The walls of the cage are surrounded with tiny flash bulbs that are set to go off at contact. Here comes Mr. Pogo. This is one mean son of a bitch. This guy is, oh. Yeah, Mr. Pogo, oh. And the thing was also in Japanese wrestling, when they tried to be cartoonish like this, the heels always had the face paint. Except the Great Muta, which, yeah. Mr. Pogo going against Minoru Suzuki? No, not at all, Jamel. No, this is before Suzuki. Here we go. I got you, Andrew. I got it. Check out the referee in the hazmat suit. Check out the ref in the hazmat suit. And check out also that this is done outdoors. This is, Jamel, this is 1993. This is 93, 27 years ago. Mr. Pogo! These two had a big rivalry in the FMW. Onita Atsushi! All right. So, again, barbed wire around the ring ropes and also flash bulbs attached to the walls of the cage so they explode on contact. And this is a time bomb match to where I think it's after 15 or 20 minutes, the whole ring explodes. Well, I mean, not upended, but you'll see what I mean. So throughout the first of this match, it's going to be a lot of them trying to struggle to put the other in the stuff. Immediate DDT, and now he's going to try to immediately put him in it. Whoa! No, 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 no. Check out that ref. Look at that ref, man. There's nothing technical about this match, okay? I would love for them to pull this off anywhere. This is never done in the States. Explosion matches are never done in the States, you know? Will this end like Rollins and The Fiend? Absolutely not. There is an actual winner. People are getting maimed in this match, okay? So again, just bear with, for the first few minutes, it's going to be a lot of this, okay? It's pretty stupid, okay? Whoa. Okay, it's just a lot of rest holds and stuff. And bear with it, okay? It's just when the carnage hits, it hits hard, okay? Yeah. Okay, so Japanese death matches involved a lot of, in my opinion, time bomb matches, and also other death matches in Japan. Is you see the ring with 4 sides of ropes. The opposite sides, 2 sides of ropes, would be taken out, and instead on the bottom of the floor would be a bed of barbed wire and flash bombs, so that they would fall in this bed of barbed wire and flash bombs. It's insane. And coincidentally, the next match that I'm going to show you is that kind of constructed of a match where Mr. Pogo here broke his neck. It's very gruesome. Well, I mean, you don't see it happen, but I'll describe for you how it happened when you see it happen. But to me, this is what hardcore wrestling was, to me, okay? It wasn't just, you know, hitting someone with a chair or going through a table or, you know, I think there's only been 2 or 3 instances where fire has been introduced in the WWE. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, wait. Oh, it didn't go off. Oh, it didn't go off. They're going to try it again somewhere else. They're going to try it on an opposite side. But here we go. This is what I'm talking about right here. Here we go. Brace for it. Brace for impact. Here we go. Nope. Nope. Maybe. I don't know. See what I mean? This has to be outdoors. Yeah, Jama bringing up the Edge Foley flaming table. Yeah, that's the one that bears in my mind. Yeah. But this is what I'm talking about, okay? Hardcore matches and Extreme Rule matches to me is this stuff, okay? Also where knives are brought out, where blades are brought out. For fuck's sake, I saw a match with Mr. Pogo. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's bringing out the fire. Here we go. No, he's got a screwdriver. Here we go. Ah! Screwdriver into his back. Look at this. He has slashed. Onita has bladed his back. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is dumb, okay? This is hardcore wrestling. All right? Whatever you thought you saw in America, nuh-uh. It's this. This ain't wrestling. This is bloodletting. But this is the stuff that Mick Foley did in Japan and tried to introduce in America. This is the stuff that Terry Funk did in Japan, leaving Memphis, and tried to bring this into America. I'm not showing this to the Gil's bringing up, show this to a Wrestling is Fake crowd. I'm not showing this to any crowd. This is not wrestling related at all. Okay? Screwdriver in hand, going right to the head. And you'll notice they've already bladed themselves in the head. I mean, it's already begun. For no reason whatsoever. Now he's going to tear open his t-shirt. Oh, it's going to get better, guys. It's getting better. We got a lighter. No, we got the screwdriver. Now he's going to just outward stab him. Okay. Yeah, this ain't not, guys. Whatever you thought you saw in wrestling in America when it came to blood, nah. This is what you need to see. This is hardcore wrestling. All right? This is hardcore wrestling. Yeah. That's some real babyface in peril. There's a lot of story being told in this match. The crowd is immediately on Onita's side. Doug, did you enjoy this? Oh, I was squeamish at first. But here we go. Onita getting the headbutts in. Uh-oh. Getting the comeback in. And the crowd twos at these matches were insane. For Japanese standards, the crowds were insane. This is the most vocal you'll ever hear a Japanese crowd. You'll never see this in New Japan or anything else. They would never do such a thing. Never. Never do this. No one would do this in America. CZW does this. Okay. And even then it's an act of desperation. All right. This is what FMW was known for. This was their brass knuckles title. Oh! There is one match I wish I could show today, but it's a little long. It's Atsushi Onita versus Hayabusa in this kind of match. There wasn't as much bloodletting, though. I wanted to show this because this is the bloodletting. This is the hardcore stuff. Still going with the screwdriver. Yeah, Jamel, this makes EC Dub look soft. Okay. Oh, here we go. What, we got a boot? Is that what we got, a boot? Yeah, we got a shoe. Oh, 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 we got the shoe. Oh, just slapped it right on top of him. Do it again. Ooh, that's nasty there. God, the sound of that is nice. Woo. All right, now you're getting stupid, Pogo. All right, that's stupid. We got to bring some heavier shit into this. Come on. What you got in that pocket? Oh, 5 minutes until we blow up. 5 minutes until the shit blows up. All right, here we go. Got the screwdriver in hand. All right. Now, the thing is, you hear that siren? Imagine listening to that for 5 minutes straight. Imagine listening to that for 5 minutes. DDT his ass. You better pin him. You better do it now before the ring blows up. You gotta pin him. You better end it before the place blows up. Oh, what do we got? We bringing out the fire? Come on, Pogo, what you got? Oh, we're bringing out the fire. Here we go. We're bringing out the fire now, boys. You know, the Ricky Steamboat as the dragon, that was really cute when he spit the flames out for all the crowd to see. But it's a different thing when you bring it into the ring. Here we go. There's some gruesome shit here. You will never see this. You'll never see this in America. Ever. Never, never, never. Oh, here we go. How you like your Onita? I like mine well done. Whoa! Onita sees it, and here we go. That's it. Oh, that's it. Your shit's going in there. Take the ref with him. Oh, shit, the ref's down. Oh, shit, the ref's down. Oh, here we go. He's going to DDT him on the flames. Oh, yeah. He's down. Where's the ref? Oh, shit, get the ref. Oh, fuck the ref. Come on. Count it. Oh, he kicked out. Oh, DDT his ass again. Come on. We better do it before the ring blows up. Do it again. 1, 2. Oh. No. He kicked out. No, do it again. Do it again. 2. That's the end. That's the end of the match. Oh. But the ref's passed out. But the ref's passed out. The ref's passed out. Oh, shit. Get up. You've got to get us out of the ring. You got to get us out of the ring. Oh, shit. Ref, come on. Look at this. Oh, Pogo's coming too. Get us out of the ring. They ended this a little too soon. They should have ended it with 30 seconds left. Oh, final minute siren. Here we go. Come on, get us out of here. Trying to get everyone out of there. See, the door's open. Trying to get everyone out. Onita's thinking of the ref. Oh, fuck, Pogo, we gotta get out of here. Come on, we gotta get out of here. Oh, shit. Gotta get out of here. Oh, fuck. Ah! Game over, man, game over. Oh, 5 seconds to go. Here we go. Yo, 10, 9, You will never see this in America. Never. And so basically, this is how the match ends. I mean, they're fine, okay, but the impact. I'm going to flash forward here. I'm going to flash forward here to where backstage Onita is with the referee. The press and everyone is there checking on the referee. Sympathetic music as if he died. So, look at this. All for the ref. All right. All right. So there's Onita, Atsushi Onita versus Mr. Pogo in their little death match in 93. I'm going to lead up to, let's go over to, we'll do this. We're going to do Terry Funk versus Mr. Pogo. This would be the match that Mr. Pogo breaks his neck, okay? Yeah. And this is a match where I was talking about, again, the four sides of the ring ropes. The opposite ropes are taken out, and instead is a bed of barbed wire and flash bombs. And I'll explain to you how Mr. Pogo broke his neck. But first, the match, and it's very short, but you know all the stories you hear about how American wrestlers love when they go to Japan, how the Japanese, the paid attendants in the crowd part ways and get away from you and everything, and they know what they're going into, and you could basically beat up the crowd. Oh, you're gonna love this shit. So here we are, Mr. Pogo versus Terry Funk, 96, early August of 96. It's in a death match, where again, we got just the two sides of the ring. Two sides of the ring. On the opposite sides, on the left and the right, are the bed of barbed wire and flash bombs. This does not last long, okay? At first I thought Mr. Pogo separated his shoulder, but he broke his neck. And I'll show you I'll show you when it happened and how it happened. This does not last long, okay? Look at all that barbed wire, and there's barbed wire and flash bombs on those ropes. No, this is not Terry Funk's retirement match. Not at all. It's kind of more difficult. It's a little more difficult to find Mick Foley's Japanese matches, to tell you the truth. It's easier to find Terry Funk's than it is Mick Foley's. But the thing was, again, all of these matches had to be outdoors because of all the explosions and stuff that they're doing, which I think added an air of suspense to it. And it made the crowd way more vocal. Uh-oh. here we go.
閉じたいと、はい、だからベビーフェイスになるんだということで、やってることは悪いんですけどもね、FMW のためにということで、全面的に協力してやってきて、それが一つのこの試合が集大成。
Yeah, again, you'll never see this shit in America. This to me is hardcore. Okay? Everything you've ever watched that was considered Extreme Rules or anything, no, pales in comparison to anything that happened in Japan. All right? You bladed yourself in with one punch. You're Terry Funk, damn you. But the big thing too about this match is you'll see the disconnect in languages, because dude, you'll see it. You'll see. Yeah, this is about as technical as you get. And the one thing too was in FMW, when they brought the Americans in, there was an incredible dialect disconnect. It was incredibly difficult for Terry Funk or at times Mick Foley to communicate with what was going on. And there's Terry Funk trying to grab the ropes, and he understands what set the ropes. I don't know how old Funk was during this. This is 96. I'm pretty sure Funk was in his 40s. He was in his late 40s, I believe. Oh, here we go. He's going to try to send him into the pit. No, reverse it into the pit. Gills, he's saying he's 76 years old now. So at this match, he was 52. He's 52 years old. And honestly, in these matches, you could be any age. It doesn't matter. Oh, watch out. Here we go. Oh, shit. Just suplexed him right onto him. There's Terry. Yep, Terry selling his Terry. Terry selling his Terry. Yeah, Terry was 52. Bear in mind, when he came to the WWE, it was after this match. He was in the WWE at the age of like 54. He was 54 years old. It's Chainsaw Charlie. Trying to do his spinning toe hold in a match like this. Come on. Who are you trying to fool? Who are you trying to kid? Spinning toe hold. Yeah, no technical wrestling in this stuff. This is the hardcore shit. Oh, Terry's calling for stuff. Oh, he's got his manager. Oh, he wants a flaming chair. Yeah, let's have a flaming chair. You want a flaming chair? Here's a flaming chair for you. All right, here we go. That'll take care of your leg. If I can't spinning toe hold you, I'll just hit a flaming chair on your leg. Flaming chair. All right, here we go. What do we do? Just bloodletting. What else are we gonna do? What else you calling for, Terry? What else you calling for, Terrence? What else you got? Oh, here comes the branding iron. We're getting fire now. All right, here we go. Let's bring out the branding iron. Bring out the alcohol. Bring out the vodka. Here we go. Oh yeah. Here we go. Oh. Oh.
ドカンっていうところで前にガシャンから来ましたからね。ガシャンのドッカンですからね。小野さん。はい。東京のど真ん中ですよ。悪いけど。
Now, it was at that moment Mr. Pogo broke his neck. I'm pausing it right here. This moment, Mr. Pogo broke his neck. How did he do it? When he fell belly down into the pit of barbed wire and flash bombs, a string of barbed wire was around below his chin, and it was so tight that it caused it to bend his head backward. That's how he broke his neck in this match. Yeah. So, yeah. So bear in mind, that spot has happened. Mr. Pogo has broken his neck, and he is in this pit of barbed wire and 2x4s and 1x4s sprawled on top of him. And there is an incredible disconnect between Terry Funk, the ref, and Mr. Pogo on what is happening. This is the... There's nothing else that can happen here. We have no idea what's happening. Terry Funk has no idea what's happening. And so, here he is, branding iron in hand, his handler next to him. Terry Funk has no idea what's happening. No idea. No one is speaking English for him to tell him what's happening. Mr. Pogo's not getting up. Pogo's not getting up. The people are cheering for him. Everyone knows what's going on here. The ref and the, you want to call him a young lion, I guess. They found out what's happened. Chicks found out what's happened. But, and the ref's telling him to stop. We can't do this anymore. But Terry Funk doesn't understand Japanese. And so, he thinks it's still an act. He thinks this is still an act. And so, he chugs up some vodka, and here we go. Flaming him right while he's still in the bed. Flaming him in the bed. Right in his head. Has no idea what's happening. Ref's calling the bell. Ref's calling the bell. And Terry's just going nuts. Still beating him up. Doesn't know what's happening. Still thinks it's an act. And here he is trying to brand him. Okay, now it's an act. He's trying to get him with the iron. Someone's trying to hold him back. Oh yeah, well, I'll give it to you. I'll brand you. And check Terry going through this crowd and doing this to this poor kid. And now here they're trying to get Pogo out. Bolt cutters. And here's Terry going through the crowd, pointing the branding iron. Gills, yeah, they should have called for the bell immediately, but I don't know. There's Terry. And Terry's still, yeah, and there's Pogo. Oh, Terry's back in the ring. Still doing his act. Yeah. It's why it's important that you learn the language that you're in. Pogo is dead. No more Onita. Onita is dead. No more FMW. FMW is dead. Pogo's a piece of shit. Yeah. So yeah. That's a hell of a way to go. Yeah. Pogo with a broken neck. Terry Funk has no idea what's happening. So there you go. But I'm gonna leave you off, and I know we're going late, but damn it. This is stuff that I'm growing up. I grew up watching and learning what hardcore wrestling was. We're gonna leave it at this. Let me see if I can find when this match was, and I'm sure you guys will find it for me. Final match. Tag team match. Hayabusa and Masato Tanaka versus Terry Funk and Mr. Pogo in that same kind of match that we just saw. I think this was in 94. I think it was 94. That's when this was. Or 95. A very young Masato Tanaka. I think you guys might get a kick out of this one. But, oh, there's some gruesome shit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Extreme Rules. This is hardcore wrestling. Turn your head if you're squeamish.
申し入れがありましたんで、自分たちインディペンデントの団体っていうのは1000万円というお金はすごい大金なんですよね。で、自分たちの会社にとってそういうお金っていうものはすごい大きな意味を表すんですよね。そういう資金面の苦しい時に恩田さんが今まで歴史の詰まった
Look at that young Masato Tanaka. Very young Masato Tanaka.
No rope.
Here we go. I'm pretty sure this is 94. Terry. No, Jamel, this is not the match where Hayabusa broke his neck. No, far from it. That match would not happen for another four or 5 years. I think 4 years. I really do not want to watch that match. The way Hayabusa broke his neck is gruesome. You know, I am not a fan of seen how injuries occur, you know, but like when Sid broke his calf, that was disgusting. I don't like watching that. Oh, Masato trying to push Pogo in. This match is full of ridiculous shit. Okay? Full of ridiculous shit. No time bomb in this match, I believe. No time bomb. Oh, here's a time bomb. 15 minutes. Shit. That means it's going off. Yeah, this match is gruesome. Very, very gruesome. The shit that happens in this match you will not see in the States. Now here Terry Funk again with the disconnect. I think Terry Funk here just turned 50 or he's 49. Whoa! And that's the thing with this match, that's all you're doing is punching. That's all you're doing. There's nothing technical about this. Except for maybe a spin kick like that. And then again, this is what hardcore matches are. They're garbage brawls. There's not supposed to be anything innovative. Okay? It's just guys beating the crap out of each other and hoping to still be conscious after the match. Oh, he's trying to suplex him in. Nope. Armbar. Oh, he's trying to get Hayabusa in there. Oh, he's trying to push him in. Oh, you'll love this. Watch this. Look at this spot. Look at this spot. Oh, Hayabusa got on top of him. Look at Terry. Look at Terry. Pushing himself over the edge. Yeah, look at this. Oh, he's great. Oh, Pogo's like, no. Ooh. So now Hayabusa and Pogo going at it. I am pretty sure Tanaka in this match has just turned, maybe he's in his mid-30s. I'm pretty sure Tanaka is 33 or 34. Hayabusa might have just turned 32. They got to be in their early 30s. Oh, Terry slipping. Oh, DDT. Gonna hyperextend the arm. Let's enjoy. Work on that arm. Do it again. Terry going, come on, break his arm. Spinning toe hold? Nope. Oh, there's an arm bar. The cross arm breaker right there. I think this is what Hunter used to always call the masturbatory mat work before the finisher spots. Oh boy. I understand if you're bowing out and this is boring. It gets gruesome. Believe me, it gets gruesome. This is Extreme Rules, guys. This is hardcore.
電流爆破というリングに上がって
Uh-oh, looks like someone's going into the ropes.
次の試合ということで見えなかったんですけども、規定という面ではすごい大きな歓声が上がってたんで、それが負けないように自分たちも気合を入れていかないといけないっていうのがあったんで、そうですよね。
Tanaka getting it shirtless in the chest. Oh! And here we go. It's getting gruesome now. What's in the pocket? Oh! Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this shit that Pogo has. Look at this shit that Pogo's got. Look at the shit that Pogo's got. Got a fucking sickle. 96. Okay, Chad, this is before the broken neck match. Okay, so Funk's got a chair. That's no problem. But fucking Pogo's got a sickle. He's got a sickle on a chain. He's got a sickle on a chain. They're trying to stay away from Tanaka. You always wondered how Tanaka got all those scars on his body when he was in ECW. It was from this match. It was from the Kusarigama. Okay. Here we go. Oh! Thumbtacks are nothing compared to this. Look at this. Look at this. Ref digging for the blade. Ref has the blade. Terry and Hayabusa too busy having fun. Okay, Tanaka's now juiced up. We're going to trade off. That's not the right club for this hole. It's now time for an actual knife. It's now time for an actual blade. Doing it with the blunt end of it. Look at this! Look at this! Gruesome shit. This is hardcore. Whatever you saw here in the States, Foley falling off of a cage, thumbtacks, nothing compared to this. Pogo is a sick fuck, absolutely Machoon. Okay? Everything you've ever learned about Extreme Rules or Hardcore, CZW got it from this. Alright? Synchronizing DDTs, that's really cute. Again, Tanaka got all of his scars on his body from this match. Uh-oh, here we go! Oh, they string him up. They string up Funk. They string up Funk. Look at Funk. Look at him. Look at Funk. Oh, here we go. Hey, that's as best as you can get in this kind of match. It's Funk. I don't know how much time we've got left in this. Oh, 5 minutes. There's the siren. Here we go. Jamel, everyone in this match is a sick fuck. Well, kinda. They signed up for it. And bear in mind also this match. Uh-oh, Terry Funk with the branding iron. Oh, they're about to dump Pogo. Gotta bear in mind that this match, outside, this is the only match that happened. This is the only match that happened. There was not a full card going on in this show. This is the only thing they would do. Oh, here we go. What are we doing? Bottle of alcohol? All right, someone's getting flamed up. All right, how you like your Hayabusa? How you like your Tanaka? I like mine with a little black pepper crust. All right, here we go. On a bare chest, no shirt. Oh, fuck. You sick fuck. Here we go. Watch out. Oh, it's so good. Tanaka with the spinning toe hold on Funk. Tanaka with the spinning toe hold. Oh, Pogo. Oh, he's rolled out. This is dumb. Hayabusa getting back up in the ring. Oh, yeah, here we go. Whee! Hayabusa with the epic whee! All right, gotta find our way back in here. All right. Get in there. DDT him, suplex him. Ooh, that didn't look good. Ooh, Falcon Arrow, sure. Kawasaki Stadium, 7th anniversary show. Okay, Chad. Uh-oh. Tanaka getting himself a Terry. Oh, there you go. Set up the chair for the DDT. There you go. Nope. Nice breeze blowing. They got a nice breeze blowing out there. Powerbomb his ass. Nope. 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 They are pooped. They are spent. That siren's still going nuts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know how much time we got left, but it's got to be going off soon. It's got to be going off here soon. Oh, Tanaka and Terry Funk going New Japan on each other. Pogo's got him some Hayabusa. Gonna send him into the ropes. No, no, no. We got bigger plans for those ropes. Uh-oh. Now, the siren has been spent. The siren is off. The guys don't know what time it is. They have no idea of the time right now. Because there's usually another siren that goes off for 1 minute. They have no idea. So they're going on the fly right now. They're only going off of the announcer. Oh, choke slam into the pit. Uh-oh. Oh, watch out. Hayabusa's up. Body slam into it. And here it goes. Joe. So, all of your explosive devices have been used. Everyone is out. But the match is still going on.
あの爆弾の衝撃、この白煙、煙、埃、そしてもちろんそれまでの数々の痛み。この時はどんな痛みが体を走っていました。そして何を考えてました。
The match is still going on.
全身に電気が走るような痛みで、もう傷口、やけど。
Oh, John Cena kicked out all the time. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
痛みを襲いましたね。
Funk trying to get Pogo.
お危機に対して自分がどう対処。
And I just remembered how this match ends and what happens after the match. Yeah, it's gruesome.
もちろん鬼田さんが見ています。
Oh, well, Pogo, he still wants some toys. Funk keeping Tanaka out of the ring. Oh, Chad, I remember that. Yes, Combat Toyota and Megumi Kodo. That was a gruesome match for Kudo. Didn't want to have that on here because women, you know. I don't know. But I guess we'd want to have it on here, but I don't know. Sandro, yeah, saying Terry Funk at WrestleMania 14, he wanted to have a match like this. So of course Vince said no. No, there's no way in hell. No way in hell. Pile driver on the chair? Sure. We're gonna pin him? Nah, that ain't enough. Nah, John Cena. Hayabusa's John Cena. Nah, you need a lot more than that. Pogo's getting you some stuff. All right. All right. All right, let's set this chair up here. Let's get a flaming chair. There we go. How you like your Hayabusa? I like my Hayabusa about medium. With a nice little, if I'm treating him as a London broil, I want him with an Italian and French dressing marinade. Here he goes. Jamel asking, what the fuck could be the possible finish? No, kick out! He still kicks out! Hayabusa's John fucking Cena. I'm waiting for Mr. Pogo to break out Omnislash. Here we go. What do we got? Oh, flame on Tanaka to keep him out. All right. Cheers! Cheers, Funk! Cheers, Funk! Here we go! Flame on! Flame on, Funk! Cheers! Oh! All right, now let's just end this. Come on, let's end this shit. Let's end this shit. Powerbomb his ass. End the shit. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. So that's the finish. Oh, they don't show it. Oh, shit. I was hoping that they would show after the match, Mr. Pogo would break out that blade, that knife that he was taking to Tanaka, and cut apart the mask of Hayabusa, trying to unmask him, while Terry Funk is ranting around the ring, pointing and yelling at people. Yeah. Whew. Are you guys spent? Jamel saying the finish was kind of weak. Yeah, it was kind of weak, but it's kind of hard to top a time bomb going off. That'll do it for Wrestleview Weekly. So sorry for such a long show, guys, but I thought I would learn you about what is hardcore. What is Extreme Rules? Yes, oh, dog, there's CZW matches you could watch everywhere. They got their shit from FMW in Japan. All right? You wouldn't have any of that if it weren't for Atsushi Onita, Terry Funk, and Mr. Pogo. Mr. Pogo's a sick fuck. Mr. Pogo is a very, very sick fuck. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will see you guys next week. I don't know if we're breaking out the whiteboard. We might try to book Big E on a singles run. I don't know what we're going to do, but I know Mike and Victoria tomorrow might be covering Raw immediately after the show. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. Whew. Sorry again for the long show. As always, don't be an asshole. Wear a mask. Keep spiking Nerf ball from going around. Stop thinking about a vaccine. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Don't be an asshole. As always, know when you're being sold to.